What I've tried to do, I can't speak for everyone. What I tried to do is find an organic path, which is that that people come to me because they need information. And like, for example, I spent 2 hours this morning with the owner of one company, and then I spent 2 hours with a former owner of several companies who just sold all his businesses, so he doesn't need to work, basically. And we spent 2 hours. So the first 2 hours of the morning were spent on, what were we talking about? I've got it written down somewhere. Theories of equality and decision making. Yeah, that was the first 2 hours, and then my second 2 hours were on. Got to get this right. Konrad Ruse. He's the man who built the first computer. He's a German scientist called the Z1. His theory work on binary calculations.
That's nice.
And that was not the plan, right? It was just that it was important for him to
figure out.
To understand how this person was able to build this computer and the binary system, and where his understanding of the binary system came from, which was in fact the oldest known Chinese writing. The oldest known Chinese writing is a binary system.
Yeah, I know.
And so we looked at the origins of the binary system, how the binary system functions, and how it was integrated into the ideas for the first computers, for the binary processes. We then looked at how that affects quantum theory, and how there are similarities between the biological choices that people make and the choices that the computers make, and how we break down logic. So, yeah, we got into the intelligent design of the universe and the principles of the concept of intelligent design of the universe, and how the work. We got into speeches of Max Planck, and how Max Planck gave a speech in 1944, which was about how there is no matter, and he's considered like the founder of quantum physics. He said there's no such thing as matter. The coaching principle is to listen to people and help them understand what it is that they need. I call it course correction. Everyone's going somewhere. And we all need, we all need a little bit to the left, bit to the right, so that we keep going and we hit the targets and the goals, and we all need the reassurance that we're doing the right thing. And that's how I see coaching, because there are 4 types of person that can help. There's the teacher, there's the coach, there's I'm going to forget now. The teacher, the coach, the mentor, and what's the 4th one?
Tutor,
thank you very much. Yes. And so the aim of the teacher is to give information. Well, we live in the information age, so I mean that principle is basically dead. We don't need teachers anymore. That's gone. It eventually, in 40 or 50 years, schools will understand. So you've got the coach, whose aim it is to help a person develop their natural skills. You've got intuition, which is about taking out of a person what they've got inside of them that they're not sure is there. What, I've forgotten the last one. My brain's dead.
Tutor.
What? Tutor. No, the coach,
And
tutor,
lector. Lector.
no, it's not lector.
You said it before, right?
I think you said it before.
Lecture.
Anyway, let's
Hmm?
let's look at it another way. So the giving information to people is a dead art. Is pointless now
Okay.
because the computer replaces that need. So information is not the problem. Information is absolutely not the. We have more information than we know what to do with. We can find out anything that we want, basically, within reason. And so it's looking at what the job that people have to do, and the abilities that people have, ensuring that the right person is in the right place to do the right thing in their job. And basically, everyone knows what's right and wrong. Everyone instinctively knows what's right or wrong. They know if they're doing something and they feel confident and they're sure about it, or they're unsure. Now you can have overconfidence, of course, and you can have the Dunning-Kruger effect that people are unsure sometimes when they know too much information. But in general, people just need a little. They don't need to be. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't need to be told what to do in general. They just need that course correction that keeps things going forward and moving, and that's how I see coaching. It's very often ensuring that everything is right and then getting out of the way. Okay, let me tell you what coaching is not. Okay, and see if this helps clear that up. Let me answer my own question first, and then come back to your question. Okay, because I'm thinking about how I can try to make it a bit clearer for you. So, some people think that the job of the coach is to track everything that the client is doing, and to ensure that the client is hitting all the targets and all the goals. I don't think that's really very important. That's called accountability. And I don't think that's the real job of the coach, because I think that's the job of the company, is for everyone to keep everyone accountable for their tasks and their roles. That's not the coach's job. The coach's job, first of all, is it's all going to be abstract, okay? And this is horrible, right? I'm going to say to fill in the gaps in where the company has strategies and where the company has plans, to look at what can go wrong, to provide a challenge to the classical perspectives, to get people to think outside of the box, to prepare people for solving problems, to manage personal issues. Now, a lot of people would say that personal issues shouldn't be a part of anything, but any problem that you have is a problem with self. It doesn't matter if you're at work or at home. And we can see that all problems come from self because nobody else has got that problem, right? Or probably very few other people, if anyone, has the same problem. And you can see that you can be with people and something can be a problem for you and not a problem for them. So most problems are personal issues. And this is personal psychology. The group psychology thing is, teamwork and team building and moving things forward. But the coach is there to help people make the right decision through the quality of their thinking and the logic of the processes of their thinking, because mistakes happen when the processes are not logical. And so the aim of the coach is to help people make logical steps and logical choices in the situation that they're in. And that very often involves solving personal issues and personal problems. And I can simplify everything if you want and say there's no difference between any of those things, right? There's no difference between a coach. There's no difference between a good friend. There's no difference between the good friend, the good boss, the coach, the therapist, your neighbor, your best friend's donkey could all solve your problem, right? Who knows what it is exactly that people need? But one of my clients a few years ago was director of a company. They work with big international companies, and I was talking to one of the owners, and we were talking about the work that they do to coach individuals in Bratislava, and I said, to me, it just sounds like you spend all your time managing people's personal issues. And he said, basically yes. Their job basically is to keep everything flowing, keep the wheels turning, to help people analyze themselves and what's going on, to solve problems as they arise, because all problems are people problems. Even if you've got a problem with your product, it's because somebody somewhere, their idea wasn't right, or somebody didn't perform their job in the right way. So all problems are people problems at the end of the day. And you have to be able to manage the people. And you can't manage the people if you can't manage yourself. And you get a lot of managers who are so busy managing everyone else, they forget to manage themselves. Yeah. There's a big CEO of one really big financial, not CEO, it was a big director of a big financial company in the United States, just got fired from his job because he wrote something not nice on Twitter. Yeah. He tweeted something which was not very nice, and he was fired from his job. He was he was a special advisor to a university, got fired from that job, so he lost about $1 million in a week because he tweeted something that he should not have tweeted. Okay, so he's managing, funds worth millions and millions of dollars, but he's not able to manage himself. And so if you're not able to manage yourself, you run into obstacles, you run into problems, and the greatest mistake we all make is we perpetuate the same stupid fuck-ups again and again and again, where we don't learn anything.